Okay, so I printed another yellow one after that other one, and this one came out beautiful. We're increasing the heat, fixed it. I'm still not positive I like this filament, but it it came out all right. It looks good. So let me give you a close up of it here. There's no those heat lines that was making the bump through here are gone. It's nice and smooth. Now this particular filament does show the layer lines in here a little bit. Let me give it, yeah, and then really hard to see on this camera. This color just doesn't respond well on camera. There, you can see them there. See these? There's some layer lines here, but that's all. But it's not bubbled. It's not warped. It's good. It came out all right. So yeah. So that fixed that. So we're all right on that one now. That I did get a good print out of that, so that's fine. Okay, and then it's been a little bit time. I did some more printing. I can't stop printing, guys. I'm sorry. It's just it does such a great job. I got some more colors in. I had ordered and they finally came in. So I'll show you those. This is called red copper. I'm not positive it's the right one or not. It's supposed to turn red when it reflects the light, but it doesn't really, that I can tell. But maybe I have to print on something a little more. Well, I did, so I printed it there, and then I printed another dragon in this color. And I guess it kind of turns red in certain angles. It gets really dark coppery, but I'm not really seeing the red I thought I was going to see. So I don't know if they sent me the right filament. I think they screwed up my order. But again, it's just beautiful. I'll show you over here. It's just amazing. The detail, the eyes, the teeth on the side here, the fang right there. There's a fang right there, and no layer lines. It's just oh my God, guys! It's just amazing. This printer is fantastic. So this printed perfectly again. Absolutely no. I can't fault this printer. It's perfect. It absolutely is perfect. So you can see his nail and where it comes out of the. Trying to get the light just right so you can see. You see how it comes out of the bed of the skin. You can see right where the nail comes out here and there. Just amazing. Just the detail here is unbelievable. This printer is amazing. Okay. So I did that. So now I have the gold and the copper, and very cool. And then I did one more copper vase. I blew up that same one, but I made it fatter so it'll hold more flowers. This will hold a whole a dozen roses, no problem now. The other one might have been a little tight, but since I blew it up, it's fatter now and it's got a much bigger opening, so it's going to be super stable. Also, there's no way you're going to knock this one over. So yeah, really cool. This is a beautiful color, guys. Very, very nice. So, and then a friend of mine, she's got a living room that's she's using the aqua as a. So if you look at the frogs right here, and I'll put them on the big camera, the good camera, but yeah, we've got the little frogs that came out really good. They're really cute, and you can see their eyes. The pupils in there, that vertical thing. That's the way a frog's eye is, and they just printed perfect. Just really super nice, and this aqua color, and I printed it with a brim. So this is what it looks like with the brim. Okay, and if you wanted to, maybe, I don't know, if you wanted to stick them to a lily pad or something, you might want to leave the brim on. just to give it, some more. But I did that so it wouldn't. I didn't want to take a chance of it popping off. They're kind of little, and I didn't. Their feet without the brim are pretty little, and then there's this area here, so it might have stayed on. It probably would have stayed on without the brim, but you know what? It's so easy to get the brim off of it. I decided not to risk it, and I just printed. And I printed all three at the same time. So it only took an hour, I think, or 50 minutes to print three frogs at once. So, and they look great. And then I had already done a smooth vase for her. So I did a fuzzy vase. So again, there's the fuzzy. Um, and I don't know if you can see you really can't see the sparkles in this. The fuzzy is kind of taking that away, but you can see them in the frog. I think you can on the camera here. Can you see there's little sparkles in him. Yeah, you can see him on his leg there. You see how they're coming in and out as I move it through the light. So there's those little fragments of sparkles in this particular filament. And then I did one of these for also in the fat, and I also did one in the thin. And on this, I'm going to go back. I want to show you those lines I was talking about. They really show. You see the lines here now going this way? They follow the contour of on every vein. You've got these vertical lines going up. That's not a print line. That's part of just how it prints, and it really looks like, it looks like glass, like molded glass. So, and you don't see any layer lines. You can't see any layer lines, but you can see these lines. So again, just spectacular work, guys. And then one last thing I did, I had a request for a Velociraptor, so I printed this, and this was the most challenging of everything I've printed. Now I've printed perfectly; it's beautiful, but setting it up to get it to print perfectly, on the slicer, I didn't waste any filament, but it took some time to figure it out, how to get it the least amount of waste and to get the least amount of work to clean it up. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that it didn't put any filament in its mouth. I didn't want anything that's an overhang. So if she's sitting like this, it's going to fill her mouth in here with support. And then it's going to fill her under her jaw here with support. I didn't want anything on her head. And same thing with her hands. They're going to all this stuff's going to have support under it. And then her tail, if she was in this orientation, her tail would all have support on it. So I didn't want that. So I'm not going to tell you what I did. I'm going to show you in my next video. So make sure you stick around because we're going to talk all about infill and support and how to minimize how much you use, maximize your the quality, I guess. Maximize the quality, minimize the waste, and minimize the amount of support you need to get a good print. So I'm going to go over that. We're gonna talk about that in my next video, which is coming up really quick. It won't be a week. This was a little more than a week. Sorry about that. Just been too cold. It got cold, and I haven't been able to get out in the garage and record. But it's pretty good. It's 66 in here right now, so that's pretty good. So, but anyway, and here's a close up of the Raptor. She wanted it in the blue, and I think personally that it's too shiny. I think this would have looked much better in something that didn't have this reflective shine to it. If it was a flat color, I think the skin would represent skin better, But But because one of them was called blue, and I had this pretty blue vase that I showed her, she said, "Well, print it in that." So I did, and it came out really good. It looks great. Um, very, very. All the teeth are in the mouth. The eyeballs are there. There's a little bit of stringing on it. I got to clean off. I haven't cleaned it or anything yet. So there's a tiny bit of stringing on it, but it came out really good. It looks really good. The nails are on the feet here. The overhang here and here. And then she's got the big claw on her toe here that's up in the air, and she's got flat feet, so she'll stand up. But the problem is she's nose heavy, so she's going to fall over. Now, I've thought about putting, I can drill a tiny hole in the tail, to balance her, but it's still pretty. It's going to fall over pretty easy. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think what I'll do is I'm going to print one of these vases, the big one, with this big bottom, and I'm going to stop the print right after it prints the bottom. I'm going to stop the print and take it off the bed, and then I can glue her feet to this, and it'll act as a stand for her, and she won't fall over anymore. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. And I'm also thinking about, instead of making it round, I can change the dimension of the XY on this to make this an oval. Now, I wouldn't print it as a vase oval. Well, I might, but probably not. But I can print the base as an oval. So after I get the base printed, I'll just stop the print and take it off the bed, and then I'd have an oval-shaped base for her to stand on. So I'm not sure I'm going to do that or not. The problem with the oval is the oval is going to be going the wrong direction to stabilize her, because the oval would be going this way, around her feet this way, but she's going to try to fall this way, opposite the oval. So I think I better go with the round. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use a different color for the base or use the blue again. But I think that's going to, if I just glue her nice flat feet to the base, then I don't have to worry about her falling over. She'll stand up just fine. And I think, that one's not quite big enough. Well, actually it is, but it might not be big enough to stabilize her from falling over. So I'll probably do one of each and we'll test it. But so that's what I got, guys. All right, so we've gone over everything. My next video is going to teach you. I'm going to do some. We're going to talk about supports and infill and when to use it and how much, and how to arrange your print on the bed to get the maximum out of it. Again, just reiterating that look in the more information below, and I'm going to have all the printers that I recommend. And there's a couple of new ones that came out that I didn't even know about when I bought this one that just came out. I've looked these over. These are my picks as if you're looking for something cheaper than this, which is going to be hard to find anything of this quality. Like I said, this is on, and look around, just Google it. I only paid $4.30 for this. It retails for $5.99, and I paid $4.30 for it. So it's on sale. So look around. You can probably find it for close to that price still. I think mine was a Christmas special or whatever. But Creality, they're probably going to do a Valentine's Day special. I'll bet you. So if it's not on sale right now, just wait a couple more weeks, and when Valentine's Day sales come on, and it'll probably be on sale for Valentine's Day. So if you want this one at $4.30, I think it's a screaming good buy. Now there's another one that just came out. It's called Any Cubic. Okay, and the link's going to be below. Looks just like this. It's the same bed pattern. It's got 3 screw jacks to run the bed up and down. The door, everything looks almost identical to this printer. It's very, very similar. And I think it's on sale right now for $4.49 or actually, it might be on sale for $3.99. It doesn't have a C in the name. I don't think it'll do carbon fiber, but it's prints at 600 millimeters a second, just like this one. It looks like a good machine. My links are going to show you a reviewer that's reviewing it for you. So, and he'll have a link to go buy it. But I wouldn't recommend just going with the links. Do a search. Just do a Google search and see if you can't find it cheaper somewhere. All right. Make sure you watch out for shipping, though. You know, don't forget to check to make sure it's free shipping, or if the shipping is involved, make sure you compare the price with the shipping. So don't get caught up in that. And then, like I said, the only other thing which I talked about at the very beginning was, how do you want to store your prints? Okay, do you want them in all one place? I've got this particular printer, and again, check this. The Creality printer will print. It's printing another Velociraptor right now, and I can take the card out and it still prints. Doesn't care. It loads the whole file into the computer on board. So after you've loaded it, you can take this out and it'll keep printing. This is a 2 terabyte thumb drive. So, and it can read 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes of G files is a lot. I don't know what all the other ones are using. Some of them, I think the Cubic has a thumb drive, regular USB port, but they put it on the side. Not crazy about that. I like it in the front. It's just easier to access it, especially if you're going to have it in the farm with mother machines next to it. But it'll probably be okay there. But I like it in the front. That's just a personal preference. I definitely don't want to go back to the mini SD card, which is what the Bamboo printer uses. I did that with the Ender 3, and that was a pain in the butt. And there's only supports 32 gig as I'm making this video. I'm sure they've gotten plenty of feedback that nobody likes that idea, so they'll probably upgrade that because it's just a file change, and they can get it to accept bigger cards. But right now it'll only accept up to 32 gig. But it's still, for them to redo it, it'd have to be another version to come out. They have to actually put a USB drive in it. So we'll see if they do that or not. Most of the other ones seem to be going to the USB drive, which is a great thing. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. I know it's a long video. Sorry about that. I'm so excited about this printer. I just can't stop. I'm sorry. It's just going 7 years of the Ender and not being able to get anything to print, and now everything prints. I mean, I just don't have any failures. It don't matter what I put in. Even this thing printed, and it's just I can't believe, my Ender would have never printed that. It did these pretty well, but I still had fails. But I don't think it would have ever done this. It's just there's such a difference between 7 years ago and today, and a lot of that's due to Bamboo. I got to give them credit for that. I mean, I'm not a hater. Bamboo's definitely the reason everybody stepped up, because they came out right out of the gate with a screaming good printer. But everybody's already caught up, and there's better ones now. He is better than that, and I know it's a great printer. I'm not knocking it a bit, but everybody else is caught up and have exceeded. So Bamboo's going to have to get busy again. So, and that's what competition does, guys. It drives quality, and I'm all for that. So good for that. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Comments at the bottom, please. I'd love to hear your comments. Like, subscribe. Got more coming. Like I said, the next one's going to be all about infill supports, how to manipulate the supports to get the best out of your prints. Don't just take how the download came, because there's better ways. And I'll explain that in the next one. So we'll see you then. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.